Salve Discipuli. This video is going to prepare you for a quiz that we will be taking on Monday. The quiz will cover fourth conjugation verbs. Your job is going to be to translate these verbs based on the subject, the voice, and the tense. So you're going to want to either look in your notes or look in your book or refer to a previous video that talked about what these fourth conjugation verbs look like. Now, I'm going to give you these 10 words as practice. Okay, so I'm going to give you a chance to practice on these 10 words. I'll give you the answers for these 10 words. And then if you want to stick around at the end of this video, I will break down how I got the answer for these 10 words. Okay, one more thing before we begin. I want you to realize that on this quiz on Monday, you will not need to know the meanings of these words because I will give you a word bank. Why? Because I'm incredibly nice. Alright, so what I want you to do right now is pause this video, write down these 10 words, try to translate them. When you're done with that, play the video again and get the answers. So pause it now and attempt these words. Ooh, and you got a little picture of Miss Ice in the corner there. That's nice. Alright, welcome back. So here are the answers to these 10 words. Dormient equals they sleep or they are sleeping. Impediemur equals we will be blocked or we will be impeded or we will be hindered. That's the word they use in your text. I should stick with that. We will be hindered. Perveneratus equals y'all had, because it's pluperfect tense, y'all had arrived or reached. Those would both work. Auditi sunt means they have been heard. Veniam equals I will come. Audita is an imperative. It means listen. You will note I say this in class sometimes. Dormiebas is you were sleeping. Inventum est is it has been found. Auditus eras equals you had been heard. And finally, impediemini means y'all will be hindered. Oh, it's really similar to number 2. That's boring. So those are your answers. Okay, so now if you got those correct, you're in good shape. Maybe you want to study for just a few more minutes. I don't know. Make sure you're ready for that quiz on Monday. And remember, the quiz, you will not need to know the vocab here. I will give you a word bank. Okay? If, on the other hand, you struggle with some of these, stick around while I explain how I got the answers. So for number 1, okay, let me help with the visual here, gentlemen. So number 1, the dorm part of this word, okay, the D-O-R-M, tells me the word means sleep. The NT part tells me that this is an active verb, active voice, and that the subject is they. Okay? The IU does not tell me it's a special tense. That just tells me it's present tense. So I end up with they sleep, or they are sleeping. Impediemur. The imped part, the imped part tells me it means hinder. The more part tells me it's passive, aristor, morminiuntor, and that the subject is we. So I know it's going to be we and passive. So that's the we and the be part. The IE for the fourth conjugation is one way to mark the future tense. So that's why I ended up with we will be hindered. Future tense, We is the subject, passive voice. Number 3, per when eratus. Okay? The per when part tells me it means arrive at or reach. The eratus part, let me back up. The tis part tells me the subject is y'all, okay, and that it's active voice. The era here tells me that it is in fact a pluperfect, so that's why I have y'all had arrived. Number 4, the fact that it's a two-parter. A two-parter tells me this is going to be a passive voice verb, and that explains the been over here. The NT here tells me that the subject is they, and that explains the they here. The auditi part tells me it comes from audio, which means hear. So they have been heard. Sunt is used to show the perfect passive, hence have. Veniam. All right, the VEN part tells me the word means come. The M here tells me that the subject is I and that it is active. The IA, along with the IE from previous ones, the IA tells me that it is future tense if it's a fourth conjugation verb, and this is clearly a fourth conjugation verb. Audita. Audita, this TE ending tells me that it is a plural command. And the aud part, right, tells me that it comes from the word to hear or listen. So a plural command, listen, looks like that. Dormiebash, the dorm part tells me it means sleep. The S tells me the subject is you and that it's active. The IE, now remember in other places the IE signaled future tense. Down here, the IE is not alone, it's accompanying a BA. The BA signals imperfect. Even though there's an IE here, the BA wins out. So this is you were sleeping. Number 8, in Wentum Est. That's a two-parter. All right, watch, I'll prove it. 1, 2. That's a two-parter, so it must be passive. Okay, it has an est here. It has a T ending. That means the subject is a he, she, or an it. So why did I choose it? Do I like neuter things? No. I chose it because the UM over here tells me my subject must be neuter. So that's why I have the it. I told you it was passive, so that's why I have the been. Remember that sum es est, when used with a fourth principal part, shows the perfect tense. So that's why I end up with it has been found. Number 9. This is a two-parter. Do you think I'm wrong? Watch. 1, 2. Two-parter. Therefore, it's passive, which is why we have the word been here. Notice the S. That tells me the subject is you. All right. Notice the eram, eras, erat. That shows up for the pluperfect. So, you had been heard. And finally, number 10. This is very similar to number 2. All right, in fact, so similar that I would call this bad, a bad question. But basically, you have the impedie, which was future tense up here. That's going to be future tense down here. Instead of more, we have many. Many is the passive voice ending for y'all, just like more up here was the passive voice ending for we. So we're looking at future, passive, second person plural. Y'all will be hindered. All right, gentlemen, that is all. Hopefully those examples are helpful. Hopefully you're ready for the quiz on Monday. Wow, I keep saying Monday. It's Tuesday. Tuesday is the quiz. Waleta.